Welcome back. In the previous session, we have discussed parallel operation of alternators, conditions for successful parallel operation, then methods to synchronize alternators, etc. In this session, we are going to discuss some important terms related to parallel operation. That is, terms such as synchronizing current, synchronizing torque, synchronizing power. Then we will also go through the power angle curve for alternators. After proper synchronization of alternators, they will tend to remain in synchronism. A synchronizing torque will be developed if any of the alternator drops out of the synchronism and will bring it back to the synchronism. Now consider the two alternators shown in the figure, which are in exact synchronism. Due to this, they are having same terminal potential drop or potential difference, and with reference to their local circuit, they are in exact phase opposition. So there will not be any circulating current in the local circuit. The EMF E1 of the alternator 1 is in exact phase opposition to E2, that of the alternator 2. Now with respect to external load, the EMFs of two alternators are in the same direction, although they are in phase opposition with reference to the local circuit. There will be no resulting voltage in the local circuit. Now assume that the speed of alternator 2 is changed such that its EMF E2 falls by an angle alpha, but E1 and E2 are equal in magnitude. The resulting voltage in this case will cause a circulating current in the local circuit, which is called as the synchronizing current. And this circulating current is given by ISY equal to ER by ZS, where ZS is the synchronous impedance of windings of the two alternators. Now the phase angle of ISY is given by an angle theta, which can be computed as tan theta equal to XS by RA, where RA is the armature resistance and XS is the synchronous reactance. This angle is almost 90 degree. Thus ISY lags ER by almost 90 degree and approximately in phase with E1. This current is generating current with respect to the alternator 1, since it is in the same direction as that of the EMF of alternator 1, while it will be the motoring current for alternator 2, as it is in phase opposition or opposite direction as that of the EMF of alternator 2. This current ISY will produce a synchronizing torque which will try to retard alternator 1, whereas accelerate alternator 2. Now the power output of alternator 1 supplies power input to alternator 2 and copper losses in the local path formed by the armatures of the two alternators. Therefore power output of alternator 1 equal to E1 ISY into cos phi 1. This power is approximately equal to E1 into ISY, as phi 1 is small and is almost in phase with E1. And this power is called as synchronizing power. Thus the power which automatically comes into play and accelerates the machine which was retarding and decelerates the machine which tries to accelerate is called as synchronizing power. Similarly, the power input to alternator 2 is E2 ISY cos phi 2, which is equal to E2 ISY, as phi 2 is also small. Therefore we can write E1 ISY is equal to E2 ISY plus copper losses in the local circuit. Now let E1 E2 equal to E, and let the magnitude of resultant EMF be ER, which is given by ER equal to 2E cos 180 minus alpha by 2, which is equal to 2e cos 90 minus alpha, which is equal to 2e sin alpha by 2. But alpha is small, therefore sin alpha by 2 equal to alpha by 2. Therefore, the resultant voltage ER, we can write it as 2E alpha by 2, which is equal to alpha into E. Therefore, the synchronizing current ISY equal to ER by ZS, which will be equal to alpha E by XS. When RA is, now the synchronizing power per phase PSY equal to ER into ISY, which is equal to E into alpha E by ZS, that is equal to alpha E square by ZS. Now if RA is not assumed to be negligible, then the above expression can be written in the exact form as PSY equal to alpha E square by XS into sin theta. Now for 3 phases, total synchronizing power is given by 3 times this value, that is PSY equal to 3 into alpha E square by XS into sin theta. Coming to synchronizing torque, we have the relationship between power and torque as power equal to 2 pi n t by 60. Now if TSY represent the synchronizing torque in Newton meter, then the total synchronizing power, that is 3 times PSY, equals TSY into 2 pi ns by 60, where ns is the synchronous speed in RPM, which is equal to 120 F by P. Now rearranging, we will obtain this equation for or expression for synchronizing torque as TSY equal to 3 PSY into 60 by 2 pi ns. In this section, we will discuss the power angle curve for salient pole as well as cylindrical pole alternator. The power angle curve is a graphical representation of electrical output with respect to the power angle. As we know, the power angle is also known as the load angle. Therefore, it can be said that this curve is a graphical representation of electrical output of generator with respect to the load angle. Now we have the power equation for salient pole alternator as PD equals E naught V by XD into sin delta plus V square into XD minus XQ by 2 XD XQ sin 2 delta. This equation contains 2 terms. The second term is having twice frequency compared to the first term. So coming to the plot, you can see the second term, it is completing a full cycle in the 0 to 180 degree span, whereas the first term, it is completing only half the cycle. So if you are taking the resultant, you can see the maximum value or maximum power output, it occurs at an angle less than 90 degree. That means the maximum power output for a salient pole alternator occurs at delta approximately equals 70 degree. Now coming to cylindrical pole alternator or cylindrical rotor alternator, we have the power equation PE equal to EV by X into sin delta. The second term is absent here because the second term shows the saliency or power developed due to the salient poles. Or in other words, we can say that is the reluctance power. So in the case of a cylindrical rotor, the output power equation is EV by X into sin delta. Therefore, while plotting, we will get the power angle for a cylindrical rotor as shown. Here, it is noticed that the maximum output power for a cylindrical alternator occurs at delta equal to 90 degree.